Hey, what's going on, traders? Welcome to the video. Hope you guys are well today. This is me playing with OBS Studio. All right, cool. Today's video is going to be talking about the pros and cons of live streaming while trading. So if you guys have been following my channel the last week or so, you've been seeing that I've been going live during market hours and showing you some scalping. Now, I'm going to talk about in this video kind of my thoughts on this and my experience with it over the last week or so, what I think are the pros and the cons behind this. So let's get to it right now. If you find this content interesting, smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content about trading and everyday trading problems. There's a lot of them, trust me. Here we go. Let's start with the cons. How about that? All right, the first con that I've noticed, and this one it might be debatable, but it's that the chat can be very, 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 very distracting. So if I'm trying to focus on the market, and I see the chat ticking and people are messaging and saying, hey, what is this? What is that? Or why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Or what do you think of this? What do you think of that? It's really distracting. That's the bottom line. I do think that if I'm going to be able to live stream while live trading, the only way to do it is by ignoring the chat, in my opinion. And that is actually counterintuitive because the point of being live on a platform like YouTube is that you want to engage with your viewers. You want to give them a quality experience of what they signed up for when they came here, right? That's sort of how YouTube works. Now, if all of a sudden I'm doing a live stream and I'm not paying attention to anything that people are saying in the chat, then that might not work very well. However, live stream is about trading, not about chatting, so there's that argument as well. So I definitely want your thoughts on that. Do you guys think I should just block out the chat completely if I live stream while trading? That's probably what I'm going to do. I mean, I might glance at it, but I think having it on any screen while I'm working here is going to be counterproductive to my workflow. So that's one of the cons that I think is pretty big, which is the chat can be extremely distracting. Okay, so let's go to one of the pros now. The pros about live streaming and why I decided to put on a live stream in general. This is kind of why I decided to try doing a live stream, is because I found a lot of the time in the session I'm waiting around for my order to get filled or waiting around for the market to show me something. And during those times, really, I'm doing nothing. There's nothing to do, okay? Unless the market is very active, then there might be more trading to do. So when the market's not doing anything, you know, I can be on a live stream chatting with you guys and answering some of your questions. This brings us to what I think is one of the pros about live streaming, which is that I'm overall more carefree when on a live stream versus not on a live. So think about it like this. Let's say I've taken 6 trades on the day, 3 scratches, a win and a loss and a win. All right, my P&L is maybe slightly up on the day, and since I'm trading small size, it's very slightly up, right? Small dollar amounts. If I'm trading this on my own and I'm not talking to anybody, I think I will be more inclined to put on another trade for no reason. Whereas if I'm live streaming, something about being live in front of people makes me more honest with what's actually happening in the market that I'm currently seeing. And, you know, I guess it's because since I'm live for people, part of me sees that as you need to perform and make sure you don't do any dumbass decisions because you're live for a bunch of people. And a bunch of people is like 20 people, but still, right? It's not the amount of people. In fact, I would prefer less. It's the fact that when you're live for a crowd, you're more focused on maintaining that level of performance rather than when you're all alone, not talking to anybody. So that's why I think live streaming can be beneficial. In that sense, it's actually a bit like an added pressure on your shoulders. Okay, that brings us to one of the next points here, which I think may be one of the cons about live streaming while trading. But again, I'm very mixed on this as well. Here it is. It's the disclosure of important scalping principles. I do believe there are certain principles that if you know them and follow them, you can give yourself an edge in trading. And if you don't know them and don't follow them, then you are missing out on an edge in trading, that is. Unfortunately, in my live streams, I make a lot of these things very clear and open. And it's not to say that these principles are like these top secret things that if you know them, all of a sudden you're gonna start making money. That's not true at all, because nothing ever works 100% in the market because it's this organic exchange that changes all the time, every day, right? But still, some of these principles have like edge built into them, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. All right, so I often get guys coming in the live stream and I see guys post in the chat things like, I have no idea what I'm looking at right now. And that makes a lot of sense because traders are used to looking at markets subjectively from candlestick charts, basically. It actually blew me away when I saw that, right? I did maybe about 4 or 5 live streams, and at least one time in each one of those streams, someone asked me, what are you looking at? I have no idea what I'm looking at on the screen. And it makes sense, right? Because we're on YouTube, a public platform. We're not exactly expecting the average person to know what a depth of market is. So in a way, that is a good thing for traders who do use it and who do practice their trading methods using some of these tools. Okay, so like this whole thing about the disclosure of the principles, right? I think it doesn't really make a difference. Here's a funny thought I had, which is that, you know, one day I'm gonna have a bunch of guys on my live stream come in and they're gonna see me put in my orders in, and whenever the market gets close to my orders, they're gonna start fading my trades, meaning they're gonna trade against my orders. That's always a funny thought to have, but I'll tell you why that doesn't work. It's because I'm already fading you guys. I mean, if you guys really watch me enough, you'll kind of see what I'm doing, but you still won't really see the whole picture. And that's the thing behind it, is that, you know, you could see exactly where I'm placing my orders, and maybe I'll even tell you why I placed it there. But by the time you place your order to trade there, I'm already in and out of the trade, or I've pulled my order out completely. And that's part of the style of trading as well. So, you know, you can disclose the scalping principles out there, but, you know, from experience, you can have all the knowledge in the world and you can still lose a lot of money trading because your risk management is absolutely horrible and you have no idea how to manage a trade. And you could have an idea of what you're looking for and still suck the bag at trading. And that's simply how it is. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've made almost every mistake in the book at this point, and I'm sure there's another book of mistakes I'm ready to make here. Maybe I'm going off topic here a little bit, but for example, I'll share with you a couple of phobias I have in regards to trading. Number one is the phobia of being on your demo account. One day, maybe about 2-3 months ago, I had a really nice trading day. I think I had about 10 trades, not even one loser on the session. Then I look at my P&L statement to realize I was trading on my demo account for the whole session. So ever since that day, I have this phobia of always being on my sim account. So that's something. The other thing is leaving orders in uncanceled. This happened to me yesterday, guys. I've been doing this for almost 3 years, and yesterday, of all days, I left an order in my platform uncanceled. I closed the platform. I opened the platform an hour and a half later. I'm in a trade down, whatever, 20 points on the micros NASDAQ 1 contract. And I just looked at my screen. I'm like, wow, this is not the first time this has happened. So I closed the trade for about a $50 loss. And that was the end of the story, right? It just goes to show you, right? You're always ready to make a degenerate mistake. That's why you need to be on top of your stuff every day. Okay, I know I'm going off topic from the live streaming thing here. One of the last pros here about live streaming while trading is that because I'm more carefree, because I'm live and I'm playing some relaxing music, I can remain more accountable for things that I say out loud. What I mean by that is, if I'm alone in my office, no one's here, I can say anything. I can say the market's going down, and then I bid on it anyways, right? I can say the market's going up and I try and sell it anyways. But if I'm live, number one, I'm gonna focus on being on my A game more than anything, because I know subconsciously that there's people watching me do this. I don't wanna make a fool of myself and start trying to sell the market while it's shooting up, right? Logic. So being live on camera makes me more likely to respect what I say out loud. So if I see the market is going straight up, for example, yesterday, May 11th, in the morning, market was going straight up. If you tried to sell that, you are a dumbass motherfucker. I'm just saying it out loud. If you bought it, you were on the right side of the probabilities. Okay, I didn't trade it either. I didn't trade any side of it because I don't like trading when the market is so one-sided. I just find it kind of hard to trade. The thing is, at least I knew not to sell it. That's more from experience than anything. And when you learn how to read a market objectively, right, through real-time movement, real-time transactions, you can clearly see that the market is going straight up. There's way too much buying here. This thing is going up on buyers. Sellers are bidding it up, right? You see sell orders, the thing can't go down. Well, why are you going to sell and try to short a market that the sellers keep bidding it up and the buyers are always shooting it up 10 handles? So that's kind of it. So being live makes me more honest and objective, more carefree in general. And being carefree is a very important part of trading, right? If you have stuff on your mind, forget it, guys. You're not going to trade well. The downside of live streaming, probably slightly less focused due to the distraction of the chat, which probably I can get rid of completely. So you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think are the pros and cons of live streaming? I would love to hear your thoughts, and we'll talk about it soon. Take care. See you in the next one. Ciao.